डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आज के इस वीडियो में आप लोगों के सामने मैं प्रेजेंट करने वाला हूं ओzymandias ऑफ इजिप्ट बाय पारसी ब्यासी शैली के अबाउट द पोएट सेक्शन, अबाउट द पोएम सेक्शन और इसी तरीके से वेराइटीज ऑफ क्वेश्चंस। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। ओzymandias ऑफ इजिप्ट बाय पारसी ब्यासी शैली अबाउट द पोएट। Shelley is one of the main romantic poets in English literature. He had highly radical social and political views that were against the existing norms of his time. His poetry uses strong symbolism and metaphors. It also reflects the themes of love, freedom, and nature. Died by drowning at the age of 30 in Italy. Now about the poem section. Ozymandias is one of the most famous sonnets in English literature. It describes a ruined statue of a mighty king lying in a state of disrepair in the desert. The poet meets a traveler from Egypt who describes the statue. Nothing remains of the statue except its wreckage. The pieces are scattered on the desert sand. Ozymandias was a tyrannical ruler and proud of his power. The poem conveys the message that power and pride cannot defeat time. A work of art lasts and stands the test of time. Now, varieties of questions. Number A, answer the following questions in one or two words. Question number 1, name the poet of Ozymandias of Egypt. The answer is Parsi Byasi Shelley is the poet of Ozymandias of Egypt. Question number 2, when and where was the poet born? The answer is the poet was born on 4 August 1792 in Sussex, England. Question number 3, which country is referred to as an antique land? The answer is Egypt is referred to as an antique land. Question number 4, in the poem, whose hand mocked them? The answer is the hands of the sculptor who had built the statue of Ozymandias and been able to carve and mock the arrogance and vanity of the king. Question number 5, who did the narrator meet? The answer is the narrator met a traveler from an antique land. It means Egypt. B, answer the following questions in a few words. Question number 1, what is a sonnet? The answer is a sonnet is a type of poem containing 14 lines, each of 10 syllables. All the lines rhyme with each other in a fixed pattern. Question number 2, who was Ozymandias? The answer is Ozymandias was a powerful king of Egypt. He was proud and arrogant. He claimed himself to be the king of kings. Ozymandias lived with the belief that other mighty rulers would not be able to attain his greatness. Question number 3, what did the traveler come across in the desert? The answer is the traveler came across the fragmented statue of King Ozymandias lying in the sands of a vast desert. He saw 2 trunkless legs of stone standing in the desert and the shattered visage of the statue partly buried in the sand. Question number 4, what was inscribed on the pedestal of the statue? The answer is it was inscribed on the pedestal that my name is Ozymandias, king of kings, look on my works, a mighty and despair. Question number 5, whose greatness is actually glorified in the poem? The answer is the greatness of the sculptor who had made the statue of Ozymandias is actually glorified in the poem. The art of the sculptor still remains, while the political power of King Ozymandias is already reduced to dust. Art is permanent. Number C, answer the following questions briefly in your own words. Question number 1, what does wrinkled tulip and snare of cold command signify? The answer is in the fragmented statue of Ozymandias, sculptor successfully imprinted the wrinkled tulip and snare of cold command. This expression on the face signifies the arrogance of the king and clearly shows how the king must have yielded a lot of power over his subjects. It also clearly exhibits how well the sculptor studied the passions and essence of the king's personality. Number 2, describe the condition of the statue that the traveler comes across in the desert. The answer is, when the traveler saw the statue of Ozymandias, it was lying fragment in the sense of a vast desert. The two trunkless legs of the stone statue was standing in the desert, and its shattered visage was partly buried in the sand. The face was imprinted with a frown and a marks of sneer, which signifies the arrogance of the king and clearly shows how the king must have yielded a lot of power over his subjects. It also clearly exhibits how well the sculptor studied the passions and essence of the king's personality. On the pedestal of the statue are inscribed the words, "My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty and despair." Question number 3, what kind of king was Ozymandias? The answer is, Ozymandias was a powerful king. He was proud and arrogant and must have wielded a lot of power over his subject. He built a huge statue in order to immortalize his name and fame. He claimed himself to be King of Kings. Ozymandias lived with the belief that other mighty rulers would not be able to attain his greatness. Number D, give suitable answers to the following. Question number 1, what is the message that the poet wants to convey in the poem? The answer is, in the poet wants to convey that the power and pride of a king is not permanent. The statue of once powerful king Ozymandias is now lying fragmented in the sense of a vast desert. The might of the king is no longer evident. Neither the king nor his empire remains. All that remains are the ruins of the statue that speak of the artist's greatness. Through this poem, the poet conveys to the reader the idea of human mortality and the permanence of art. Question number 2, what else remained there besides the broken statue? What does it signify? The answer is, nothing else remained besides the broken statue of Ozymandias. Only a shattered visage and two trunkless legs of stone lying amidst the bound and bare stretch of sand in the desert. It signifies the ideas of human mortality, the impermanence of political power, and the permanence of any form of art. Now, previous year's important solution. Number 1, whom did the narrator of Ozymandias of Egypt meet? The answer is, the narrator met a traveler. Question number 2, what is a sonnet? The answer is, a sonnet is a type of poem containing 14 lines, each of 10 syllables. All the lines rhyme with each other in a fixed pattern. Question number 3, what was inscribed on the pedestal of the statue of Ozymandias? The answer is, it was inscribed on the pedestal that, "My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty and despair." Question number 4, what do the words on the pedestal of the statue of Ozymandias imply? The answer is, Ozymandias lived with the belief that other mighty rulers would not be able to attain his greatness. However, it is only the ruins of the statue that remain, and this is used as a metaphor to comment on the impermanence of political power. It also brings forth to the reader the idea of human mortality and the impermanence of art. Question number 5, nothing besides remains around the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sand stretch far away. The answer is, these lines have been taken. These lines have been taken from the poem Ozymandias of Egypt, composed by Percy Bysshe Shelley. The poet here uses Ozymandias as the metaphor to comment upon the impermanence of political power. Ozymandias lived with the idea that other mighty rulers would not be able to attain his greatness. However, what remains now is only the ruins of his statue, and herein lies the irony. Neither the powerful king nor his empire remains, and the ruins of the statue speak of the artist's skill and greatness. Through these lines, the poet brings to the reader the idea of human mortality and the permanence of art. Question number 6, what does the traveler in Shelley's poem come from? The answer is, the traveler comes from antique land. Question number 7, which country is referred to as an antique land? The answer is Egypt. Question number 8, what did the traveler come upon in the desert? The answer is C above question number 3. Question number 9, what do the wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command signify? Answer, the answer is C above question number 1. Question number 10, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. The answer is these lines have been taken from the poem Ozymandias of Egypt, composed by Percy Bysshe Shelley. The narrator here refers to the ability of the sculptor who skillfully reproduced the vain nature of the powerful ruler. The hand refers to the hand of the sculptor who has been able to carve or mock in the sense of copy the arrogance and vanity of the king. The feelings that ruled the heart of the king inspired the sculptor's creativity. It is ironic that this show of arrogance has been reduced to nothing but ruins. Question number 11. What is it that lies near the legs of stone in the desert? The answer is near the legs of stone in the desert lies a shattered, half-sunk visage. Question number 12. What does one see beside the ruins? The answer is besides the broken statue in the vast desert, there remained the impression of the artistic hands of the sculptor who had earned the statue of King Ozymandias and mocked the arrogance and the cavity of the king. It signifies the power of art in front of the material world. Art is more permanent and everlasting than human life, which is futile in the scheme of nature. The mark of the artist's greatness lay on the broken parts of the statue. Question number 13. Describe in detail the scenes seen by the traveler in the antique land. The answer is see above question number 2. Question number 14. Who is Ozymandias? The answer is Ozymandias was a powerful king of Egypt. He was proud and arrogant. He claimed himself to be the king of kings. Question number 15. What kind of poem Ozymandias of Egypt is? The answer is the poem Ozymandias of Egypt is a sonnet. Question number 16. What is the message that the poet wants to convey in the poem Ozymandias of Egypt? The answer is see above question number 1. Question number 17. What was the expression on the face of the statue of Ozymandias? The answer is pride and anger. Question number 18. Whose greatness is actually glorified in the poem Ozymandias of Egypt? The answer is see above question number 5. Question number 19. What else remained there besides the broken statue of Ozymandias? Who does it signify? The answer is see above question number 2. Question number 20. What is the meaning of the word visage? The answer is face. Question number 21. What did the traveler from the antique land tell the poet? The answer is the traveler tells the poet about a pair of stone legs that are somehow still standing in the middle of the desert. Those legs are huge, but the body to which they belong is missing. The legs are trunkless. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day.